At Awareness to Action International, our executive coaching program, which we call Awareness to Action Leadership, is based on a philosophy that effective action comes from good, useful self-awareness. Essentially, their philosophy is based on 3 steps. Awareness is the first piece. The second piece is what we call authenticity. And the third piece is action. Now, what do we mean by awareness? By awareness, we're talking about helping people develop useful insights about themselves and about other people that they can then apply to finding areas for development and growth. So when we are working with a client, we do an in-depth personality style assessment based on the Enneagram model of personality types. Okay? This looks at, first of all, an instinctual bias, meaning what it is that people focus on, what it is that people value, and where they place their attention. And then on 9 strategies, which are ways of achieving these systems of values. Okay? So we start off by doing an in-depth assessment to understand their personality style, and then we do a 360 assessment where we look at their strengths and weaknesses through the lens of the important people that they work with, through the key stakeholders. From there, once we've developed this base of self-awareness, we go through what we call the authenticity stage. We help people identify ways in which they can think about the world differently, create a more authentic perception of the world based in reality, but not rather than in these habitual structures of personality style. From there, we move into action. What are the actions that people need to take? What are the specific action plans they need to do to cement these new world views so they can behave in more effective and appropriate ways? The specific process that we take our clients through will vary from person to person depending on what their needs are, what their goals are. So we customize the programs for our clients, we tailor them, but there is a basic structure that we follow. That structure starts with an in-depth personality style assessment where we identify their personality type. We look at them through a specific personality model called the Enneagram, which identifies 3 fundamental systems of values, and then 9 strategies for satisfying those values. From there, we do a 360 assessment where we speak to about a dozen key stakeholders for the clients, people whose insight matters, that will help them see themselves from a different angle and help them understand what it is that they really have to work on in order to grow and develop. We do that 360 assessment by verbal interviews. This allows our coaches to get a better sense of what people mean by the feedback they give and also develop a better sense of the context and understanding of the organization so they can help the client grow more effectively. We review the feedback with the client. We help them identify key developmental areas. Our goal is not to help them try and develop in 50 different ways, but to identify a few key leverage points, a few key concepts that will apply to a wide variety of areas. Okay? From there, we develop action plans. We meet with our clients over a period of 6 to 9 months to help them execute on those action plans, to course correct as necessary. When we see how they're doing on the action plans, we might tweak them a little bit. We might help them develop new insights so that they can grow and change throughout the process rather than just in the beginning. Okay? Typically, we work with 3 kinds of clients. The first kind of client is what we would think of as a remedial situation where a client is struggling a little bit in the role that they're in. They need some help overcoming some developmental areas that are hindering them now. So we work with those sorts of folks. Other times we work with executives who are highly effective and skilled and just need somebody to talk to or want to tweak their development a little bit so they can continue to grow even later in their career. The third group is the group that we most commonly work with, and these are high potential executives who are being groomed for larger roles in the organization, for greater responsibility. And in these cases, we help those clients identify specific competencies that can help them grow. We look at 3 general areas: developing people, We help them to network effectively within the organization and outside of the organization. And we help them manage their personal brand and to develop their reputation so that people understand all the things that they are contributing. We also help them understand relationships from a leadership perspective, what it means to deal with power, to accumulate and use power in healthy and effective ways. Also, how they can connect with subordinates but still retain the fundamental executive detachment that they need to make good decisions around people. Okay? So these are some of the things that we work on with our clients. Happy to tell you more, so if you want more information, please go to our website, awareness2action.com, or send us an email at info@awareness2action.com.